right, guys, today is a full body bodybuilding day. It's that extra workout that we will throw in for you. What we have today for you, we have some some Cossack Squats rather, to start our day off. So you're gonna take this kettlebell and you're gonna put it in a goblet position. Once we are here, get those feet nice and wide. You're gonna shift your body weight over top of this foot. Make sure you keep driving that knee out. Don't do it with your knee in like this. Terrible position for you to be. Stay up nice and tall. Drive this knee out as you go down. You're gonna go down to one side and you're gonna stand back up. You're gonna go to the other side and you're gonna stand back up. You're gonna get a weight that can allow you to do about 10 to 12 of those guys, and then you're gonna rest a minute. You're gonna repeat that 4 total times. So you're gonna do somewhere between 10 to 12, then you're gonna rest a minute, somewhere between 10 to 12, then you're gonna rest a minute, and you're gonna keep doing that until you've completed 4 sets. Guys, once we are finished with that, we are going to move on to our chest and tricep exercise. We are going to do some floor pressing. So you need a set of dumbbells for these guys. You're gonna stick with 4 total rounds on this. When you are on the ground, you're gonna lay back. You're thinking the range of motion of a bench press, but the floor is gonna limit your range of motion. You're gonna drive these guys straight up. You're going to take 4 seconds, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, before you explode back to the top. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, before you explode back to the top on those guys as well. Guys, that tempo is a very good way to add an added strain to these movements. Guys, we're gonna work through 4 sets on that guy as well. Same idea as the last one. You're gonna rest about a minute between each set. So you're gonna do 10 to 12, you're gonna rest a minute. 10 to 12, rest a minute, keeping in mind that we are trying to hold to that tempo as religiously as possible. Guys, after that, we move on to some strict pull-ups. Where I am located, I do not have a pull-up bar to my access. So we're gonna do some sort of upper body pulling motion. The way that the workout is written, you're gonna do a max set from a wide grip. So you're gonna have your hands wider than shoulder width. You're gonna do a max set of strict pull-ups. Then you're gonna rest for about a minute and a half this time. Then you're gonna do a max set at your normal pull-up grip. You're gonna rest for about a minute and a half, and then a max set with a narrow pull-up grip. Again, because I do not have a pull-up rig to use, I'm gonna hinge over and I'm gonna change my grip up on these dumbbells. So for the first set, I may have a supinated grip as I pull these guys straight back, and I'm gonna do a max set this way. Then for the next set, maybe I have a neutral grip. I'm gonna pull those guys until I do a max set that way. Maybe on the last one, I have this pronated grip where I'm gonna pull them back, keeping in mind to keep my elbows in nice and tight. Guys, there's a lot of ways that we can do a variance. You can do a bent over row where you do a max set on this side, immediately into a max set on this side, and then you rest, changing your grip up as well. Ultimately, there's no rules. So long as you are doing an upper body pulling motion, you hit 3 max sets and you give yourself that rest as needed as you go. Again, with those pull-ups, 90 seconds rest, make sure that we're hitting big sets. Guys, if you can crank out somewhere between like 10 to 12 reps on those pull-ups, throw a dumbbell between your legs, make it a little bit more challenging. If we can't get to about 5 pull-ups, take a band, put it underneath your feet, make those pull-ups lighter so that we can get a few more pull-ups in. Again, it's for a good burn is what we are going for on those sets. Guys, what we go to on the next one is a single arm upright row. Again, the idea is somewhere between 10 to 12 reps on these guys, followed by that minute rest after hitting both sides. So I'm gonna stay here with the dumbbell, single arm. I'm gonna try to drive this elbow up as high as I can go, and I'm gonna crank through 10 to 12 of these. After I get to that max set, I'm gonna go immediately into the other hand. I'm going to go 10 to 12 reps this way. Then, once I set that guy down, I'm gonna take about a minute rest, let myself recover, try to hit those same number of reps, 3 more rounds for 4 total rounds on that shoulder exercise. Guys, the next movement we are moving into, we have 4 total sets again of bicep curls. We are going to do hammer curls on these bicep curls. Again, 10 to 12. If you want to alternate hands, that is totally fine. Just make sure as we are doing that, I hit 10 to 12 on both arms, not single counting to 10 or 12. So if we do both arms at the same time, it would be 1, 2, all the way up to 12. If I'm doing single arm, make sure it's 1, 1, all the way up to 10 or 12. Guys, after we hit a good set of those, you're taking a minute off. A total of 4 times we are working through those hammer curls. And guys, as we go through, we have some tricep Williams extensions. These are one of my favorite ways to make your triceps feel massive. What this looks like, you're gonna be on the ground in that similar position that we were floor pressing from. You keep those dumbbells locked out, but instead of being in this pressing position, you're going to take both heads of the dumbbells, and you're gonna lock them together at the top. Make sure, keep your elbows driving out on the way down. This is the only time I'm gonna tell you to make sure your elbows are driving out on the way down. As you come down, those elbows come out, you're going to take both heads of the dumbbells, make sure they're touching by the time you get to your sternum, and then as you rotate back up and out, you're gonna lock those dumbbells out. Always keep the heads of the dumbbells together, but then as you bring them back down, both are touching and you lock them back out. Keep those elbows flared at the bottom, because again, if you do one of these guys, not necessarily the target muscle we're hitting. Make sure to keep those elbows cranked out as you break them down and as you come back up. Guys, the same rep scheme for those as we did on the last one. 10 to 12 is what we're going for, taking about a minute rest after every set. And then guys, we get to move into our last movement, which is calf raises. We're gonna do 3 sets on these calf raises, and what we're thinking of them, we're thinking of it as a drop set, meaning if I have this dumbbell on my left hand, I'm gonna do the calf raises on my left side. I'm going to max out as many calf raises as I can. Once I reach that number, I'm gonna set it down and I'm gonna do body weight calf raises. Again, you are going to a good burn, you're dropping the weight, and then you're going to another good burn. Immediately switch into that other side. You're gonna take the dumbbell, you're gonna hold it on the other side, good burn on that side, set it down, go to another good burn on those, then we rest. Guys, it's only 3 sets of those calf raises just because we're doing a little bit more in them as we go. But again, you're doing calf raises on the left side, drop the weight left side, right side, drop the weight, right side, rest a minute. Guys, that is what we have today for your bodybuilding workout. Let's have a good one.